Good morning to all. How are you all? I have come here again to take my first video of first chapter for class 8. Its name is Rational Numbers. This is my first video for this chapter. Okay. Okay. In this chapter, we will study about different type of numbers, including rational numbers. Okay. We know before starting any chapter, we will discuss about its introduction. Okay. So, firstly, I will discuss about the introduction to rational numbers. The numbers which are involved in many mathematical applications such as addition, subtraction, and multiplication, which are inherently closed with many mathematical processes, are called rational numbers. Introduction to rational numbers. Before tell about rational numbers, I will tell you about the different types of numbers. First is whole numbers and natural numbers. Whole numbers and natural numbers. Whole number. First, I will tell you natural numbers are set of numbers starting from 1, counting up to infinitely. Means numbers which are starting from 1, counting up to infinite. The set of natural numbers is denotes as n. Example 1, 2, 3, and so on. Or we can say all counting numbers are known as natural numbers. Okay. So we say that the smallest natural number is always 1. Now move to whole numbers. Whole numbers are set of numbers starting from 0 and going up to infinite. So basically they are natural numbers with the 0 add to the set. The set of whole numbers is denoted by W. We can say all natural numbers or the set of all natural numbers including 0 are known as whole numbers. So the smallest whole number is 0. So we can say the smallest whole number is 0. Now we move we move to the properties of natural and whole numbers. Okay. First is closure property. Closure property is applicable for whole numbers in the case of addition and multiplication. Closure property of for whole numbers in case of addition and multiplication, while it isn't in the case for subtraction and division. This applies to natural numbers as well. Okay. The closure property are closed under addition or multiplication for whole numbers. Okay. Now commutative property. In commutative property, in in com, in commutative property applies for whole numbers and natural numbers in case of addition and multiplication, but not in the case of subtraction and division. Okay. Now associative property. Associative property applies for whole numbers and natural numbers in case of addition and multiplication, but not in the case of subtraction and division. We can say commutative property and associative property are closed under addition and multiplication for whole numbers, but not applicable under division and subtraction for whole numbers. Clear? Now third is integers. In simple terms, integers are natural numbers and their negatives. or the set of integers in denoted by z, or we can say the positive and the negative integers, sorry, the positive and negative natural numbers including 0 are known as integers, or in simple way we can say the set of all negative and positive natural numbers including 0 are known as integers. Now its properties are follows. Closure property applies to integers in case of addition, subtraction and multiplication but not division. Okay. Commutative property applies to integers in the case of addition and multiplication but not subtraction and division for integers. Associative property Associative property applies to integers in the case of addition and multiplication but not subtraction and division like whole numbers. Commutative property and associative property are closed under addition or multiplication but not subtraction and division. Okay. Now next next point is rational numbers. This is the main topic for this chapter. So we will discuss about rational numbers deeply in this chapter. Okay, I have told you before starting rational numbers, many types of numbers like that, whole numbers, natural numbers, integers. Okay, now I move to rational numbers. A rational number is a number that can be represented as a fraction of two integers in the form of p upon q, where where q must be non-zero. The set of rational numbers is denoted as q. In a simple way, we can say the the a number which can be represented in the form of p upon q, where q is not equal 0, because it's given that q must not be non-zero, means q in any condition q is not equal 0, q must not be 0. Okay, so for examples, so in simple way we can say the all fractional form of any number are known as rational numbers. Like that, minus 5 by 7 is a rational number where minus 5 and 7 are integers. Even 2 is a rational number since it can be written 2 by 1, where 2 and 1 are integers. Or we can say 0 is a rational number because we can write 0 by 1. But 1 by 0 is not a rational number because we cannot write q is equal 0. Okay, I have told you just q must be non-zero. It should be must zero. It should be non-zero. Okay. Property. Now we discuss about the properties of rational numbers. First is closure property of rational numbers. For any two rational numbers a and b is equal to c belongs to q. For two rational numbers, say a and b, the result of addition, subtraction and multiplication operations gives a rational number. Since the sum of two numbers ends up being a rational number, we can say that the closure. Okay. Property applies to rational numbers in case of addition. For example, the sum of 23 plus 34, it's the example you can see. Okay, now the difference between two rational numbers result in a rational, therefore the closure property applies for rational numbers in the case of subtraction also. Okay, for example, the difference between 45 minus 34, you can see Okay, now the multiplication of two rational numbers result in a rational number. Therefore, we can say that the closure property applies to rational number in the case of multiplication. The product of this okay. In the case of with division of two rational numbers, we see that for a rational number, a divided by 0 is not defined. Hence, we can say that the closure property does not apply for rational numbers in case of division. So, its conclusion, we can say the closure property are closed under addition, subtraction, and multiplication. We can say the closure property does not apply for rational numbers in case of addition. Okay. Now, next property is commutative property for of rational numbers. First is closure, second is commutative property of rational numbers. For any two rational numbers, AB, A plus B is equal to B plus A is, or A into B is equal to B into A. Commutative property is one wherein the result of an equation must remain the same despite, despite the change in the order of operands. So give two rational numbers A and B. So A plus B is always going to be equal to B plus A. It means we can say when we find the sum of two rational numbers and when we interchanging their orders, find their sum, the sum of two rational numbers in both cases should be same. Means suppose that therefore addition is commutative for rational numbers. Example 23 plus 43, and we have to change their in order. 43 plus 23. The answer we get is same, 67 and 67. So we can say A plus B is equal to B plus A. That follow the commutative property under addition for rational numbers. Now, consider the difference between two rational numbers A and B. A minus B is never the same B minus A. A minus B is never the same B minus A. Therefore, subtraction is not commutative for rational numbers A and B. A multiply B is the same as B multiply A. So, we can say the, the multiplication of two numbers are, are commutative for two rational numbers. Okay. Consider the division of two rational numbers A and B. A divided by B is different from B divided by A. Therefore, division is not commutative. So, we can say addition and multiplication is commutative for rational numbers, and subtraction and division is not commutative for two rational numbers. Now move to third property is associative property of rational numbers. For any three rational numbers, there are three rational numbers. In commutative property are two rational numbers. Okay. Associative property is one where the result of an equation must remain the same despite a change in the order of operators. Given three rational numbers A, B and C, it can be said A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Therefore, addition is associative. A minus B minus C is not equal A minus B minus C because A minus B minus C, A minus B minus C. Where A minus B minus C, A minus B plus C. Therefore, we can say the subtraction is not associative. Okay. Now, A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. Therefore, multiplication is associative, okay, and division is not associative. So, we can say as addition and multiplication are associative for two rational numbers, and subtraction and or subtraction and division are not associated for two rational numbers. Now distributive property for of rational numbers. Given three rational numbers a, b and c, the distributive property of the distributivity of multiplication over addition and subtraction is respectively a plus b plus c is equal to, we can write ab plus ac. In over subtraction a bracket b minus c, we can write ab minus ac. Okay, negative and reciprocals of rational numbers. Negative of a number. For a rational numbers AB plus 0, AB, when 0 is added to any rational number, the result is the same rational number. When we added any number with 0, we can get the result is same rational number. Here 0 is known as additive identity, or we can say, or 0 is the additive identity for rational numbers. If number AB is minus AB, is number A upon B is minus A upon B. Also minus A upon B is the additive inverse or negative of A upon B. In simple way, we can say the negative of any numbers or additive inverse of a number. We have to change the sign of given number is called its additive inverse. Like that, A upon B. What is the additive inverse of A upon B? So we can simply say the additive inverse of A upon B is equal to minus A upon B. Okay. The additive inverse of any rational numbers, we can get its changing its sign. Okay. The additive inverse of minus 218 is 218 positive. Understood? About additive inverse, we have to change the sign of the given rational numbers. It is called its additive inverse. Okay. Now reciprocal of a number. When any rational number is multiplied by 1, the result is same. Therefore, one is called multiplicative identity for rational numbers. Okay. When we multiply by 1 in any rational number, we have got the result is same the rational number. So it is called multiplicative identity. Now, if A upon B into C upon D by 1, then it can be said the C upon D is reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse of a rational number A upon B. Also, A upon B is reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse of rational number C upon D. So we can say the reciprocal or multiplicative inverse of any rational number we can get by its reciprocal, by its opposite. Means we have to convert the given rational number by change it into denominator by numerator and numerator by denominator. Like that, 2 upon 3, we can say its reciprocal 3 upon 2, 1 upon 5, 5 upon 1. Any rational number you can say. I have given you example. The reciprocal of 2 upon 3 is 3 by 2. 2 by 3 into 3 by 2 is 1. Or we can check the result by the product, the given reciprocal and its multiplicative inverse. We get 1, the answer is correct, yours. Okay. We can check the result by the multiply the given rational number and its reciprocal. We should get 1. Okay. This, you have studied about introduction, about numbers, rational numbers and their properties. This is the first video of this chapter for class 8. So please do exercise 1.1 from your textbook. I will come with your second video for this chapter. So wait and do the practice of exercise 1.1. Thanks to all.